The Incredible Life of Sir Isaac Newton, the genius who changed the world. Welcome. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered how one person's curiosity could change the way we understand the entire universe? Today, we're exploring the extraordinary life of Sir Isaac Newton, a man who transformed science, mathematics, and human knowledge forever. His story is not just about genius, it's about perseverance, curiosity, and the courage to keep asking questions that no one else dared to ask. If you enjoy motivational stories and inspiring biographies, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's begin this incredible journey. Early life. Sir Isaac Newton was born on January 4th, 1643, in the small village of Woolsthorpe, Lincolnshire, England. His beginning was far from easy. Newton was born prematurely and was so small and weak that many people believed he would not survive. Tragically, his father had died 3 months before he was born. When Newton was just 3 years old, his mother remarried and left him in the care of his grandmother. Growing up without his parents by his side made him feel lonely and emotionally isolated. As a child, Newton wasn't known as a brilliant student. In fact, he often stayed quiet and preferred spending time alone. But there was something unique about him. He was endlessly curious. He loved building miniature machines, sundials, water clocks, and mechanical toys. While other children were playing games, Newton was busy trying to understand how things worked. His curiosity would later become his greatest strength. Education and struggles. Newton attended the King's School in Grantham before enrolling at the University of Cambridge in 1661. Life as a student wasn't easy. His family had limited financial resources, and Newton often worked as a servant for wealthier students to help pay his expenses. The education system focused heavily on ancient philosophy, but Newton spent countless hours reading modern scientific works on his own. Then, in 1665, disaster struck. A deadly outbreak of the Great Plague of London forced Cambridge to close, and Newton returned home. For many students, this interruption would have been a setback. For Newton, it became the most productive period of his life. Working alone at his family home, he developed groundbreaking ideas that would eventually change the world. Sometimes, our greatest opportunities appear during our most difficult moments. The Apple Story. One of the most famous stories about Newton involves an apple. According to tradition, Newton saw an apple fall from a tree and began wondering, why do objects always fall straight toward the earth? The apple didn't magically give him the answer. Instead, it inspired a question. That simple question led Newton to develop the theory of gravity. The lesson isn't about the apple. The lesson is about curiosity. Great discoveries begin with simple questions. His greatest discoveries. 1. The law of universal gravitation. Newton explained that every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force called gravity. This discovery helped explain why apples fall, why the moon orbits the earth, why planets orbit the sun. His theory became one of the foundations of modern physics. 2. The three laws of motion. Newton introduced three simple but revolutionary laws. First law: an object remains at rest or in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. Second law: force equals mass multiplied by acceleration. Third law: for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. These laws continue to guide engineers, scientists, astronauts, and inventors around the world. 3. Calculus. Working independently around the same time as Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, Newton developed calculus, a powerful branch of mathematics used to solve complex problems involving motion and change. Today, calculus is essential in engineering, economics, medicine, computer science, architecture, artificial intelligence, and space exploration. 4. Optics and light. Newton discovered that white sunlight is actually made up of many different colors. Using a glass prism, he separated white light into the colors of the rainbow. This completely changed scientists' understanding of light. Faber. Reflecting telescope. Newton also invented the first practical reflecting telescope. Unlike earlier telescopes, it produced clearer images using mirrors instead of only lenses. Even today, many large astronomical telescopes use the same basic principle. Books and scientific contributions. In 1687, Newton published one of the greatest scientific books ever written, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica. Often called simply Principia, this masterpiece explained gravity and the laws of motion in remarkable detail. It became one of the most influential books in the history of science, achievements, and honors. Newton's contributions earned worldwide recognition. Some of his greatest achievements include becoming one of history's greatest mathematicians and physicists, serving as a professor at Cambridge University, becoming president of the Royal Society, serving as master of the Royal Mint, where he helped improve England's currency, receiving a knighthood from Queen Anne in 1705, becoming Sir Isaac Newton. His influence continues more than 3 centuries later. Challenges. Behind the genius. Although Newton became famous, his life wasn't without struggles. He often worked alone. He faced criticism from other scientists. He experienced periods of stress and emotional exhaustion. Yet he never stopped learning. He believed that every mystery had an answer waiting to be discovered. One of his most famous quotes reminds us of his humility. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Despite changing the world, Newton understood that every generation builds upon the work of those who came before. Lessons for today's young generation. Newton's life teaches lessons that remain timeless. Be curious. Never stop asking questions. Curiosity is the beginning of innovation. Use challenges as opportunities. The period when Cambridge closed became the most productive time of Newton's life. Learning never ends. Newton continued studying throughout his entire life. Patience leads to greatness. Extraordinary achievements require years of dedication. Don't fear being different. Many people thought Newton was unusual because he spent so much time alone thinking and experimenting. Sometimes being different is exactly what changes the world. Knowledge is power. The more you learn today, the greater your opportunities tomorrow. Conclusion. Sir Isaac Newton didn't become one of history's greatest scientists because life was easy. He became great because he refused to stop asking questions. He transformed loneliness into learning. He turned curiosity into discovery. And he proved that one determined mind can change the future of humanity. The next great discovery may not come from a famous laboratory. It could come from someone watching this video today. So keep learning, keep asking questions, keep believing in yourself, because every great achievement begins with a single curious mind. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves learning and dreams of making a difference. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and never stop reaching for greatness.